This hours-long debate all stems from a proposal to possibly amend the state constitution and change the way Connecticut protects against discrimination on the basis of sex.
Shortly after my gender expression changed at work, I was terminated.
A packed house Friday afternoon as nearly 300 people signed up to speak at this public hearing.
Interview after interview, I left to the sounds of laughter and snickering behind me. Within months, I was destitute. Soon, I was homeless.
Many, like Brianna Scawera of Middletown, were there to testify about a proposed constitutional amendment to include abortion protections and gender-affirming care in the state's Equal Protection Act.
I didn't detransition because I stopped being a woman. I detransitioned because I'd faced such discrimination and hardship that I felt I had no hope of surviving.
Scawera says when she came out at work as a transgender woman, she was fired. She says discrimination protections in the city of Middletown saved her life.
Anti-discrimination protections in the city of Middletown, who employed me, made me feel the hope that I could be myself.
If passed, this bill would not immediately amend the state constitution. It would add a question to ballots for voters to decide in the November 2026 election. The amendment would also not expand state rights, but enshrine them in the Constitution. However, some state lawmakers on the committee felt the amendment might.
If this constitutional amendment was passed into law, it might, in effect, make certain laws that are on the books in Connecticut unconstitutional.
There was also concern raised about conflicts with federal action.
The federal executive order has essentially told hospitals you need to pause what you're doing and stop these interventions that are harming people, or else you will lose federal funding.
This proposed amendment would protect against any future attempts to limit access to gender-affirming or reproductive health care in Connecticut law, but a federal ban would override the state constitution. That's why many in support of this bill say it's needed.
Sometimes I worry for myself and other transgender and queer patients like me, knowing that in some parts of the country we could be denied critical care because of who we are. Healthcare is a right, not a privilege, no matter what our sexuality or gender may be.
And this is obviously still just the start of the legislative session. This bill would still need to be voted out of committee to move forward. For now, reporting at the Capitol Complex, Emma Wolforst, Fox 61.